Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Well, what a game tonight. What a game. And most importantly, what a comeback this was. We hang on and win 9-8 over the San Francisco Giants in the second of three in this penultimate series of the season. And we took the lead early in this one. Then the Giants came back, and we at one point were down by 5 runs in this game. And uh, we got the go-ahead run in the ninth inning and hung on and got the win at the bottom of the ninth. So what a game this was as we, at the moment, keep our faint playoff hopes alive. The Mets won tonight against the Cubs in Chicago, so they now uh, retake the lead ahead of the Reds in the final playoff spot. The Reds lost tonight to the Pirates 4-2. So fortunately, we're 3.5 back of the Mets for the final playoff spot. The Arizona Diamondbacks, another team chasing, won tonight also against the Dodgers. They are 1.5 back. So, yeah, we need quite a bit of help still, but it is what it is. So, anyway, we would take an early 1-0 lead in the first. RBI single by Alec Burleson. Burleson's had a really big season, but most importantly, a really big second half of the season. He's come up with several key hits and one here to put us up 1-0. Then with no one out, Nolan Arenado would run into a double play, so no RBI, but a run would score to put us up 2-0. And then Thomas Sajaci would bring in Lars Nootbaar to put us up 3-0. So 3 runs and 5 hits in the first inning, and against a very good pitcher, an all-star pitcher for the Giants, and Logan Webb. So, who's been one of the best the past few years. So at early 3-0 lead, that was an outstanding start. It would remain 3-0 until the bottom of the third. Elliot Ramos with the ground out. However, a second run would score on an error by Nolan Arenado to make it a 3-2 game. And then they were then tied up 3-3. RBI single by Willy Adames to tie it up 3-3. He would then steal second. And with runners on second and third, a sac fly by Matt Chapman to make it 4-3 Giants. And Andre Palante would then be done for the night. So after 2 scoreless innings, then would allow 4 runs in the third and would be charged with a 5th run, though only 2 of them were earned. And then John King would have to come in. So Palante's final line in his final outing of the season, 2 1/3, gave up 5 runs, walked 2, struck out 4 on 66 pitches to have his ERA for the season at 5.31. So, yeah, it definitely was a up and down season for Palante. Actually got off to a really strong start, but in the second half, he really struggled. So, I was hoping he could go out and have a nice end to his season, but unfortunately that was not the case. So, John King would give up 3 hits but no runs in relief. Then Jorge Alcala would get the final out in the 4th. And then a RBI double in the 5th by Patrick Bailey. And then Christian Koss with an RBI single to make it a 7-3 Giants lead. Logan Webb would get through 6 innings, would allow 3 runs, which were all in the first. And yeah, so he's been one of the best in the game and a workhorse too. He's pitched over 200 innings this season and for the past, I think, 3 seasons now. So, was runner-up in Cy Young voting just a couple years ago. So down 7-3 and then 8-3 solo home run by Elliot Ramos off of Chris Roycroft. So needed work to do. We would cut the lead to 8-6. A 3-run home run in the top of the 7th by the red-hot Ivan Herrera. For Herrera, his 19th home run of the year and 3rd straight game with a home run. He now has 65 RBIs on the season, so that'll make it an 8-6 game. And then, 2 batters later, Nolan Arenado would make it a 1-run game at 8-7. So, we were down by 5 entering the seventh inning, and just like that, we'd only be down by one. So it would be a ball game again, and a scoreless eighth inning for Matt Spanson would keep it a one-run game heading into the ninth, and facing closer Ryan Walker, who ironically just a couple weeks ago in St. Louis, we scored 3 unanswered runs against him in the bottom of the ninth. So hoping to do it again. And in the ninth, Brendan Donovan would drive in Victor Scott with the tying run to tie it up 8-8. That was the 4th hit of the game for Donnie. And then Alec Burleson would put us up 9-8, scoring pinch runner Jose Fermin. So, what a game, and now I was just hoping that the Giants would not tie or win it in the bottom of the ninth. Willie Adames would have a one-out double off of Jojo Romero, and then Romero would get Matt Chapman to strike out swing, and then Ollie Marmol would bring in Riley O'Brien to try and get the final out and the save, and he would get pinch hitter Wilmer Flores to strike out to end this game. And yeah, so what a game. And I think this was maybe our most impressive comeback win of the year. We've had several come from behind wins. You know, like I said, in that comeback where we scored 3 unanswered runs against the Giants just a couple weeks ago. And now this one rallying from 5 runs down. And, you know, the final 3 innings. Yeah, just pretty amazing. So definitely wish that the Mets would have lost, in which we really could have gained some ground, but it is what it is. So we've won 3 straight and now can look to go for a sweep tomorrow night. Something we have not done a lot this season is sweep an opponent. So, and we'll have Sonny Gray again. The start will be his final start of 2025. Looking for his 15th win of the season. He'll be opposed by Giants left-hander and all-star this year, Robbie Ray. So both of these pitchers strike out a lot of batters. So, and Sonny Gray took a no-hitter into the 6th inning when he faced the Giants back in St. Louis a couple weeks ago. So, 4 doubles for Brendan Donovan. So, 15 hits overall in this one. So, just an impressive comeback win. And also, we really pretty much have spoiled the Giants' chances at making the playoffs. Just a couple weeks ago, they had a fairly good chance. Now their playoff chances are pretty much in jeopardy. And I know we have a pretty slim chance also, but, you know, to, you know, eliminate potentially an opponent in the playoffs is definitely nice. So, till Wednesday, final game before an off day Thursday, and then we would head to Chicago to face the Cubs in the final series of the season. So till Thursday, count Express saying go Cards.